You are running out of time now more than ever. If you want to start your very own online business in 2024, these are the 7 books that can take you from 0 to 100,000 in 2024. Let's get started. So I can remember back in early 2018, I was just starting my entrepreneurial journey. And one of the challenges that I was facing is I didn't know what to do, but there was 2 things that I did know. I knew there was a higher purpose for my life, and I knew I wanted to be making more of an impact on the world. And that's when I dived into self-help and personal education. And one of the first books that I've ever read, I can still remember this like it was yesterday. I didn't find this book. This book actually found me because I was in Naples on vacation, and my wife was reading this book, and she's sitting there on the beach, and she's like, oh my God, this book is speaking to my life. And her sister-in-law had passed this book off to her. She had just read a couple pages. And at this point, I hadn't really started reading books and probably had never read one full book. And when I got this book, I opened it up, I read a couple pages myself. And before I got back from vacation, I had already got on Amazon to order this book and had it at my door. And that book is You're a Badass by Jen Sincero. Now, one of the reasons why I love this book is because it's about how to stop doubting your greatness and start living an awesome life. And that's one of the things that most people don't realize is they get their messaging and their program and their identity from society and the misdirectional miseducation system. And what this book does is this really gets you back in line and in tune with the negative self-talk. It breaks old beliefs. It teaches you to challenge and question everything so that you can unlock the power that is within. In my entrepreneurial journey to making my first million, I read this book at least once a quarter. I can't recommend this book enough. Now, the second book that I want to talk about is from someone who's a mentor that really changed how I viewed business and spirituality. And what I learned from him is he teaches Bible success principles for business. And when I first started consuming things from his channel, I was like, man, this guy is always talking about God and the Bible and Christianity. And the only thing I came here for was the business principles, because there were some things in my business that I wanted to fix. But what I realized is that Myron Golden was being authentically himself, and it allowed him to let his audience listen in from his creativity and the principles that he was using to grow his business. One of my favorite things that I've learned since listening to Myron is that in physics, all principles are microcosms of each other. So if there's a principle that applies to making a plane fly, that can also apply to business, and it can also apply to finances. And so with that comes this book that I highly recommend, which is Boss Moves. Myron Golden charges $40,000 per hour. He was at a conference at a funnel hacking live event with Russell Brunson, and he had a round table. And so for 2 hours, he coached up a bunch of entrepreneurs and showed them how they could scale their business from $10,000 a month all the way up to $128,000 a month. Then he recorded it, and then he turned it into this book. And the thing about this book is it's all about the principles. So the core principles of this book is business optimization and secrets, and the 4 principles is lead generation, lead conversion, lead ascension, and lead retention. And if you can use those 4 principles, you can scale any business to 1,280% in just 4 moves. I can't recommend this book enough. It's definitely revolutionized how I see business and how I do business. Now, the third book that I recommend, probably one of the first books I read on how to actually run an online business and figuring out what to start. And this guy by far is probably the best marketer to ever live. He's kind of like the Michael Jordan or the LeBron James of advertising, marketing, and sales. And this is none other than Russell Brunson and the book Expert Secrets. Now, one of the reasons that I love this book is because Russell Brunson breaks down everything you need to build a cult-like following, to build trust and authority in the marketplace, as well as take somebody from a stranger and turn them into a raving fan. And that's what this book does. A couple things in here that I love is it teaches you about your niche, because there's only 3 markets: health, wealth, and relationships. It teaches you how to understand your differentiation in the marketplace by creating your attractive character. It also teaches you how to create content that sells in the form of a VSL. And then it teaches you how to grow a business and scale a mass movement. And if you don't know anything about Russell Brunson, he is the co-founder of ClickFunnels, and he took a software company and turned it into a $100 million business in less than 4 years. The online and the digital marketing space is the way it is because of the trainings and the teachings of one Russell Brunson. So I can't recommend Expert Secrets enough. So the fourth book that I want to recommend, when I found this book, I was really trying to figure out like what made me different. And as I talked through reading the Russell Brunson book, there was just that one principle that I didn't really get, which was why was it health, wealth, and relationships? Because the thing is that those niches are red oceans. And what you need to do is you need to figure out a problem that hasn't been solved yet or is underdeveloped. And you need to move out of a red ocean into a blue ocean. And that's where the book Blue Ocean Strategy is the fourth book that I definitely highly recommend if anybody wants to start an online business and make your first 100,000 in 2024. Because now what you do is you want to separate and differentiate yourself from being in the red ocean to being in the blue ocean. See, one of the things that I learned in business is that you don't want to have a commodities business because then the market determines the value and the price of the things that you offer, right? But when you have a high premium, a high value offer, now you can determine the prices and the fees that you want to charge. So this book is absolutely amazing. It teaches you strategies and principles on exactly how to take your core offer and differentiate yourself in the marketplace. And a lot of times what you want to do is you want to develop a blue ocean from the red ocean, and then you want to throw rocks back at the enemy per se. This is going to be a book that scientifically shows you exactly how to differentiate yourself in the marketplace. And again, that's a blue ocean strategy. Now, book number 5 is one book that most people rarely have ever heard of. And this is a book that is called the One Sentence Persuasion course. And this tiny little 13-page book is responsible for hundreds of millions, even billions of dollars. And Blair Warren was absolutely a phenomenal mind to create this book. Now, one of the premises of this book is to come up with your big idea. See, when you're marketing to everybody and you're talking about all these problems, you're actually talking to nobody. And in this book, right on page 4, it explains what you need to do in your marketing in order to persuade or convince anybody to do anything, which is encourage their dreams, justify their failures, allay their fears, confirm their suspicions, and throw rocks at their enemies. I probably read this multiple times. You can see I got dozens and dozens of notes and things highlighted in this book. This one stays right by my desk. But the One Sentence Persuasion course, you can get online and download the PDF doc for free, and you can highlight that. And so if you want to learn how to become a little bit more persuasive, you just want to answer that question, especially when you're doing your marketing material and your webinars and your VSLs and things of that nature, you want to use this One Sentence Persuasion. And you want to only get people to take one action. So the number 6 book that I want to talk about is $100 Million Offers. Now, one of the things that I do know about alexhormozi is he also came from the best marketer of all times. He was in the same mastermind that Myron Golden was in, which is Russell Brunson's mastermind. And alexhormozi is definitely a brilliant mind in the space, and he's probably the number 1 guru. It's kind of sad that he doesn't have a mastermind, because I know that entrepreneurs like me will pay him hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars to be coached up by him, just based off some of the things he's doing right now. This book pretty much broke the internet for a little bit. And so one of the things I do love about this book is a lot of times people do all the research, they get their marketing together, they get their sales together, and they feel like none of that stuff's working, and they don't have a marketing and sales problem, they have an offer problem. And so what this book does is it systematically explains to you in detail what an offer is. An offer isn't a product or service, it's a collective group of things scientifically used to persuade and to prove people that you can help them, that if they have all of these things that are in your offer, so you stack on the value, that there's no reason why they can't have success. And this book by far breaks it down very clearly. And so the first thing that I recommend is that you read this book, and then you go online, and there's a course on acquisition.com/course. And this isn't any promotional affiliation, because I don't have any with alexhormozi, but I know that if you go through this book, listen to the Audible and read the book at the same time, and then hop online and go through the offer creation, that alone can get you from 0 to 10K per month, because this book scientifically is proven to work, because alexhormozi is the best at doing offers. If you want to start an successful online business in 2024, that I highly recommend is $100 Million Offers. And the 7th book that I recommend that most entrepreneurs or people looking to start a business in 2024 is the book Ready, Fire, Aim by Michael Masterson. And this book is cool because this Michael Masterson is a pen name, and Michael Masterson is a copywriter and a business owner and entrepreneur from Agora Publishing. Agora probably does about $1 billion a year with a marketing firm. And so Michael Masterson created this book, and this is pretty much like the online business Bible that shows you how to scale your business from 0 to $1 million with one offer, one product, right? And one way to deliver a service to those customers, right? And so what you want to do is you want to take one offer to one niche, and you want to stick with that niche and offer until you've made at least $1 million bucks. And then it shows you how to go from 1 million to 10 million. This book right here is definitely something that you should probably read whatever stage you are at least once a quarter, because this reminds you of the things that you need to do. Because one of the biggest challenges in business, once you get to over $1 million a year, like I am in my business, is that sometimes you get lost in the sauce and you start working on things that don't really move the needle, working on things that aren't working. There is a book that I'm reading right now called The Quantum Leap Theory by Price Pritchett. And in this book, Price Pritchett talks about if you work on the right thing, you don't have to take perfect action in order for it to work. But if you work on the wrong thing and you do it perfectly, it's impossible for it to work. And this book really outlines exactly what you need to do in order to have success. So I hope these 7 books were helpful. If you're looking to start an online business in 2024, don't wait till the beginning of the year. Now is the time for you to start learning, start educating yourself, but more importantly, to start implementing these things, because information alone isn't the key to success. It's applied knowledge and daily consistent action that's going to yield you the results that you're looking to get. Click the like button if you found this video helpful, as well as subscribe so that you can get more content just like this. I'm excited to share this new vision and this new journey, as in 2024, I've committed to helping 100,000 people get to $1 million with an online business, where you're an existing business owner or whether you're 9 to 5 or looking to figure out what your next move is to start your first online business. I'll see you in the next video.